Hi guys, I'm Heidi Jane and I'll be showing you a little introduction video on Lifecasting and making an Easy-Flo mold, or otherwise known as polyurethane resin or Easy-Flo 120. It is important to protect your model while casting. Use a gown to cover the model's clothing and use a swimming cap to protect the hair or even a bald cap. Use Vaseline as a release all over the model's face and for the finer hairs such as eyebrows or eyelashes. Make sure you really put on a lot of Vaseline, especially around the hairs, so that it doesn't stick to the cast. GoCast is a silicone-based life casting product. I chose to use this rather than alginate, as alginate doesn't mix well with Easy-Flo, because Easy-Flo doesn't mix well with moisture and alginate is water-based. GoCast is a little bit more expensive than alginate, but it's really worth it, and it doesn't set as quickly, so you have more working time. It is important to work at a quick pace during the casting process to ensure that the product doesn't set. Always keep an eye on the model's nose and make sure someone is there to remove the product if it gets in the way of the model's nose so that they are able to breathe. During the life casting process, always ensure to the model that they are okay and everything is going smoothly. Keep on checking in on them and suggest that they use hand gestures to show how they're getting on with the process. Always make sure that they're able to breathe and that they're in a comfortable position. Once the scrim or cotton wool has been added to the tacky GoCast, apply the Modrock in wet strips by dunking the sheets of Modrock into a bowl of warm water. You can get the model to hold this bowl for you to make it easier. Once you've applied the Modrock evenly and it's all spread nicely, leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes to set. During the setting process, the Modrock will warm up, but once it's cooled down and it's cold, it should be ready to remove. Once you have the cast, it's important to block the nose holes with clay so that the product doesn't seep through the holes. You can also do this by applying a sheet of Modrock onto the holes from the outside. During this Easy-Flo process, I was in a well-ventilated room with big extractors. I wouldn't suggest you use the same mask that I did. I would advise you to use a better one, a more industrial one, just because Easy-Flo is a very toxic product, and if you don't wear the right equipment or use the right mask, you can suffer from really bad headaches. So I would advise you to use something a bit more protective. To start off the Easy-Flo process, I would suggest you use a release spray of about 4 or 5 layers onto the cast, or if you don't have that, you can just use a layer of Vaseline as a release. Once you've poured in equal parts of the Easy-Flo, the best way to spread the product is to slush it around the mold. It takes around 5 minutes to set, so in order to get into all the areas, the best way to do it is to slush it around. You know that the product is setting when it starts to turn white. I decided to add another layer of Easy-Flo to my mold. I did this to bulk it up and make it thicker and more durable. You can add layers of Easy-Flo as long as you let it set in between layers. Easy-Flo tends to heat up whilst it's setting, so don't remove it from the mould whilst it's hot. Let it cool, or preferably leave it overnight to fully set. Use tools to release the Easy-Flo out of the cast. You can use things such as mixing sticks or mould releasing spatulas. You can do this by inserting the sticks into the edges of the cast and then pushing it upward. I apologize that I had to use a different cast to show you this. I didn't have the one that I used in the process at hand, so I had to use a different one, but it's the same process. I'm using my Easy-Flo face mold to sculpt onto and make a two-part mold to make silicone prosthetic pieces.